Peace, peace. Hey. Maya Kiana here. Welcome back to another stream. I told you I'd be back. Now we about to react to the Queen Poe video on the upcoming full moon, the strawberry moon. Now listen, I wasn't even sure exactly when I was going to watch the video, but I got on Instagram and I was scrolling and it was just like something called to me and it was like, this moon is about purging. And it's, you know, the Aquarius pages, I'm a top Aquarius. So like I didn't follow all of the Aquarius pages. And that John got me, it spoke directly to me. So I'm like, let me go tap in. Let me go get my knowledge, get my wisdoms. So that's what we're about to do right now at this very moment. And if you didn't, go grab your journal. Go grab your journal. You can get this at the Lulu bookstore. Go to lulu.com. Go to the bookstore and then you'll search up Journal Your Journal. Or you can just search up Maya Kiana and my 2 journals will pop up. Go ahead and get you one. And yeah, we're gonna get into it now. Let me open my book because the Queen be teaching and I always gotta take notes. If you're watching this in post, make sure you go take notes. Make sure you drop me a comment, leave me a subscribe or follow depending on what platform you on. And make sure you click that Patreon because I'm really the top student teacher. Like everything that I learn, I digest and it makes me 10 times better, 10 times stronger. Like my angel wings just grow bigger and bigger. Like my wingspan at this point is crazy. So get in the Patreon so I can virtually hug you with my angel wings. All right, we're gonna get into the video. Now, this is the upcoming, this full moon that is coming up is, so we're gonna get into the video, but hold on. The full moon that's coming up now is the strawberry full moon. And this moon is about apparently purging and releasing. I told y'all that full moons are in general about releasing what no longer serves you. But this is like, I feel like a purge is a little bit different than a typical release. So we're going to get some more clarity on that. But like I was saying in the previous video, I started out in January doing my full moon circles. And I believe, if I can run it down correctly, we had the worm moon, the worm moon, the snow moon. We had the pink moon. I'm missing a couple of them. We had the worm moon, the snow moon, the pink moon, the flower moon. It was another one that I'm missing. The blue moon, because we had two full moons in the month of May. And then we have the strawberry full moon. So I did intend to have a full moon circle, but that fell through. But let me pull up the flyer to see like what exactly details I put on there. Ooh, I think I deleted it. I definitely did delete it. I did delete it. But either way, we did those first 5 moon circles and that was a good experience. That was a good learning experience, good journey. And this would have been our last full moon circle. It actually would have been tomorrow on the 27th because I was doing it on that Saturday. But that one kind of got scratched off the books. And it's really up in the air as far as like where we're going to pick up, if we'll pick back up with doing moon circles or whatnot. But that was good while it lasted. That was really fun while it lasted. So we're going to get into this video now. For real this time. Let's see what the energy is giving. I don't think I ever caught a live with the Queen Poe. I don't think I ever got to catch one. Miss me. I don't know when she said intense. That just made me so excited. Like I love intensity. I love intensity. That's what, like, I feel like that's the Libra in me. Like the Libra in my chart is so balanced because I love intensity and I also love peace and calm to the deepest extent. So it's essentially that's still intensity. I like intense excitement and I like intense peaceful and calmness.
Post talking about how
My
Mercury
bad, my bad,
retrograde
my bad.
period
Here
has
you go. Here you
started.
go. Here you go.
And since the retrograde period, when I
No,
say
check.
technology has been freezing up, things moving slow, I edited a video on TikTok.
Oh my goodness, that makes sense. I'm sitting here and wondering. I'm trying to just before I got on here. I'm wondering why I'm trying to upload this short to YouTube. I'm pressing and pressing the button, and it's not doing it. I went to go update the app because you know they do an update every 2 damn days. I go update the app. It's still acting a little weird. That Mercury in retrograde is making sense.
Like a longer video. And when I saved it as a draft, and when I went back to it, a lot of the edits had not even saved. Y'all,
That'd be
tech
the
has been
worst.
teching. Okay, that's that Mercury retrograde shadow period. But it's okay. We are patient and we work through it. And that's the beautiful thing about retrogrades is that it offers us the opportunity to be introspective and to be aware. It shows us who we are. It shows us how we respond to challenges like that, right? And we always have to remember that, you know, the universe is conspiring in our favor. Everything
Yes.
is working out for our wellness, and what is meant to be shall be, and what is aligned with us and what is meant for us we shall have, and it will align with us
Yes.
with ease. So it really shows us offers us the opportunity to show us who we are. But I'm super excited for us to talk about this full moon in Capricorn because again, this energy is super intense. The shadow period starts today, so we'll get into all of that. Right before we do, though, in this moment, I have to shout out the wellness community, butterflies in the sky. Shout out to my tribe. I see y'all in the chat. I love y'all dearly. Just a quick update: we have finished our June book of the month, which was Orisha's Goddesses and Voodoo Queens by Lilith Dorsey. And I announced our July book of the month, which will be The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. Orisha's Goddesses and Voodoo Queens was really good. It offered us the opportunity to talk about energies and Orishas and some that we have already talked about before, of course, like Yemoja, Oshun, Oya, but it also offered us the opportunity to talk about Mommy Water and Mama Brigitte and Annie Christmas and, of course, Marie Laveau, who we've spoken about in the past, of course, and many other energies.
My bad, y'all. I feel like since I'm eating this pizza, I gotta update you on this pizza. If you see my last live and you know what happened with the pizza, they done. They done. The pizza ended up taking an hour. After like an hour and 10 minutes, I called him. I just canceled it, and I ended up getting pizza from Rising Sun Pizza. So shout out to Rising Sun Pizza. Shit got here in like 30 minutes. Thank you. Okay, I digress.
The sirens, and so many others, right? But we was able to have some really good conversations from that. Family, when I say for July, I'm very much looking forward to The Seat of the Soul. That is a spiritual classic. This is the 37th anniversary of that book being released into the world, and it has changed so many lives. And it talks about topics like intuition, tapping into your intuition, what your intuition feels like, and how it shows up, the value of trusting your intuition. It talks about the value of setting intentions, like I do at the start of every video. It talks about karma and how karma works and all of the spiritual laws and universal laws. The Seat of the Soul is a really good book, so I'm looking forward to unpacking that next month with the community, with the tribe. But without further ado, let's get into this full moon peaking in Capricorn on June 29th, with the shadow period starting today. As we know, full moons are all about reflecting, revealing, and releasing anything that is not aligned with our wellness. And Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign that is ruled by Saturn. Capricorn energy is known for being very dependable, super disciplined, as well as very independent, but good.
Wait, she said Saturn. Saturn is our only planet with the rings. Saturn is for discipline. And it's crazy that the way that I remember it was so attached to the days of the week. I be having to think like Saturn, what day did that apply to? Saturn, Saturday. And then I remember like, okay, Saturday is for discipline, which, you know, they flip everything. Like everything is so flipped in this world where it's like usually Saturday is the day where you exercise the least discipline, when you go out, you do whatever you want, you have fun. But when you are in alignment with the stars, with the celestial bodies, Saturn, Saturday is really a day to apply discipline, which makes sense on why Taurus, ruled by Saturn, is a planet that is an earth sign, grounded, keeping you connected to the things that you have to do in order to do the things that you want to do. That makes sense.
When in community. So having that balance between knowing how to be in solitude and be well in solitude, while also knowing how to function in community and be of service in community and of value, while still preserving their own wellness, right? That's one thing about Capricorn energies. They are usually the trusted person in the room, the safe space in the room. Capricorn energy is about security and leadership in security and safety, which is always a good thing.
Oh, what's my grandma Capricorn? Wish your months. I got a little paper. Wish your months, Capricorns. No, my grandma was what's the archer? The sad, the Taurus. What's the archer? Hold on. Taurus? No. A Taurus is the animal. A Sagittarius is the archer, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Sagittarius. Yep. Capricorn comes right after Sag, December 22nd to January 19th.
Now, I have to acknowledge that this full moon, and this is important, family, okay? This full moon is peaking on the 29th in the first house, right? So this full moon is one that we will really feel on a personal level, because it's all about identity. The first house is about identity. It's about how we show up. It's about first impressions. It's about appearance. It's about personality and your attitude. And as I mentioned earlier, family, I have to acknowledge that there are a lot of major transitions that are happening with this full moon in Capricorn energy, and a lot that will kind of challenge us and show us who we really are and show us our true identity, show us areas of ourselves and our personality that we may need to release, right? So first and foremost, as I'm talking about this full moon in Capricorn, and of course, naturally with full moons raise the tide, right? And we are more than 70% water. So we will naturally have an elevated connection to our divine feminine aspects, right? Like creativity, nurturing, intuition, emotions. So of course, you'll feel a bit more emotionally intense during this time, But what I want everybody to be aware of with this full moon in Capricorn in the first house is that you may find that your personal energy is a bit unsteady over the next couple of weeks. You may start to find that you have one day where you feel like, or not even one day, really one moment where you feel like kind of calm and at ease and peaceful. And then you may just have a sudden wave of like anxiousness or maybe sadness or maybe some flashbacks that trigger feelings of anger that kind of pop up, right?
This kind of remind me of yesterday. I was on here yesterday, right? And I told y'all about well, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, but either way, I was on here and I told y'all about it. So if y'all didn't see it, go see it. It's on there. It's on Twitch. It's on YouTube. It's only on Twitch for a little bit, but it's gonna be on YouTube for sure. And I was saying how I'm like, damn, I woke up, I was feeling like kind of a little in the lower vibration, took another nap, woke up excited, I was feeling better, more upbeat. So I definitely resonate with that already. And that was even before the shadow period started. And I be feeling it a lot of times. Like, let me know in the comments too if you are like this, where I be feeling so ahead of the wave, like things that's supposed to be happening with the upcoming full moon or with the upcoming whatever it is, be it a retrograde or be it Mars entering a certain sign or whatever it is. It's like I'll be feeling that energy like a week before the shift even happens. And I think that speaks to just literally just being ahead of the times.
And the reason that the energy internally is very unsteady, and it may affect, again, that first house area, which is your attitude and personality, if you are not mindful of it. It will affect how you show up in attitude and personality if you are not mindful. The reason that the energy is so unsteady is because of all of these transits, right? When you have Mars, our planet of action, transiting into Gemini, which is all about shifts and changes, it's that mutable energy. It's all about moving and duality, right? Which can be challenging within itself. That's impactful. And then opposing this full moon in Capricorn, we have Mercury, our planet of communication, transportation, personal technology, stationing retrograde in the cardinal water sign of Cancer, right? Now, that means that conversations are going to be more emotional. Conversations will be more emotion driven. So you have to be mindful of that, right? When you are in community, you have to be mindful and understand that the full moon in Capricorn is causing people's energy and their attitude to be a bit shifty, but also because of that oppositions bring us challenges. Because of that opposition of Mercury retrograde, people may start expressing that shiftiness in their attitude through conversation and communication. People are testy during this season, right? So over the next couple of weeks,
I like that. Because yeah, you got to put some motion in the ocean. You got to move the waters to really get anywhere. So like, yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
You really just have to be mindful to not take anything personal, not allow anybody to shift you. Don't respond to everybody's attitude and shiftiness. And don't allow people to trigger your responses. And really, for you internally, mind your own balance and steadiness. You will have to be intentional about implementing practices that kind of help you stay calm and steady and stable. So that's why I said, like, with the full moon in Capricorn, as well as these major transits, the energy is a bit shifty right now, and you may find your mood kind of fluctuating, but you can be mindful and be aware of that and be intentional about every single day. Make sure you do something that is going to help you kind of stay steady and calm and just bring some ease, right? So things like making sure that, I know for me, something I love is lavender, right? I love the herb lavender. Lavender helps me a lot. Lavender is an herb that I can burn and it just immediately calms me. So you may want to carry like some lavender essential oil, or the actual herb lavender, maybe a lavender incense, and make sure that you have that on hand, especially if you know that you're going to be at work and places like that, but especially in your home. And this is important because that opposition of the full moon in Capricorn in the first house, which is affecting identity, personality, Mercury retrograde is opposing that energy in the seventh house, which is about relationships.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I will be doing burning that lavender candle, that lavender lullaby. If you need a lavender candle, hit me up. Drop me a comment, message me on whatever platform you on. Get in touch with me some type of way. Probably through Instagram is your best bet, and I got you.
Right? So if you have a partner at home, if you have a spouse, if you have a family and other people living in your home, a lot of those challenging conversations.
Hold on. I like my baby. Hold on. Thursday you gonna meet every key. Friday I'ma say it to your knees. On a Friday, brothers and the birds and the bees. There she go. There she go. Man, we lit. We on the streak. We not messing that streak up. All right.
Emotional communication, along with that fluctuating energy and fluctuating personality, is going to happen in the household, right? So you definitely need to be mindful of that. I love that recommendation. Tara Jackson in the chat said chamomile and lavender tea. I love that recommendation. And y'all share in the chat some of the things that y'all like to do, some of the herbs or practices that kind of really help y'all stay balanced and steady emotionally, but as well as like personality wise. And
well, since you asked, it's like, no, but for me, journaling is always going to be one of them things. Journaling is always going to be one of them things, like especially a good free write in a moment of high emotions, be it like any type of intense emotion, excitement, sadness, anger. A free write will do it every time. It'll help you get in touch, in tune with essentially spirit, which is your internal voice, and it'll help you dissect exactly what you're feeling, exactly what's going on. And not to say that it's like a pill, a quick fix or anything like that, but it's for sure one of the best ways to just get in tune and in touch with self and to understand exactly what's going on inside of you. In addition to that, I also love a good tea. A good chamomile lavender is a good combination. Or I'll do I always do like some lemon, ginger with a little lavender, or I'll go raspberry leaf, ginger. Always add a little bit of honey in there for the sweetness. And candles. Candle burning is a candle. Like if you're a candle girl, you already know. So a good lavender candle will do it for you as well.
Energetically, right? Something else that I love to do is breath work, like making sure that I'm breathing intentionally, making sure that I'm moving the energy, and releasing.
Breath work is another. Now, breath work is low key like a pill, quick fix. Like in the moment, if you focus on your breathing through whatever is going on, you can, in a matter of seconds, bring yourself 10, 22 on the clock. In a matter of seconds, bring yourself back to yourself, to calmness, to peace, to stillness. So definitely breath work. When you feel yourself taking shallow breaths, or you feel your heart rate increasing, or you feel like anxiety kicking in, or you feel anything outside of anything anytime you start feeling like outside your body, tap into your breathing. Deep breaths, deeply breathing in through your nose, releasing through your mouth, and just getting in tune with the breath, the prana that's running through you.
Anything that is not aligned with my wellness. So I really like to start off with steady breaths and then move to fire breaths. Fire breaths help detox the chakra, the sacred energy points. So I like to move to fire breaths and then return to steady, calm breaths. And that's just a way to regulate the nervous system, to bring awareness to the body. Again, open up and detox those sacred energy points, and just to kind of bring some balance, right? So between the herbs, the breath work, and then another good one is tapping. I know a lot of people love tapping. I love tapping as well sometimes.
That's new to me.
And then something I'm very big on is just like stretching and moving. When I find that my energy feels like it's almost out of my control, I like to regain control of my
And that's what I mean when I say out your body. Like, you feel like you're not in control of yourself.
energy by returning to mindfulness and bringing attention to various areas of my body, because sometimes you don't realize that you may have emotions and energy that is trapped in certain areas of your body, and stretching and intentional movement can help you release any energy that's trapped that's causing you to have.
This just makes so much sense as to why, like, when I'm feeling irritated or something, like, I do it, like, I hit one of these, like, and it really do be helping. Because if it ain't it's like, you just gotta breathe deep, release any of that tension that might be stored up in the neck and the shoulders and the heart space. Like, that should really do help. And it's something that I do intuitively without even thinking about it. Because the body be knowing what you need. So just follow it. But don't let it be one of these stretches. Let it be one of these stretches, you know?
Feel that shift in attitude or shift in personality, shift in mental stableness, right? That your mental stability, right? So it's important for me to like move that body. I'm also very big on like physical massaging, like massaging my feet. Your feet are a portal.
I'll do a foot massage. I kind of recently just like tapped into this because I also do hair. I do locks. So after my last lock client, I'm like, I need to massage my feet, and I really went in and gave myself like a real good foot massage. Because honestly, I'm like, where's my man? But until then, I'll be working these palms against the soles of these feet, and it felt great. I can't lie.
Hands are a portal. So massaging your sacred portals, massaging your feet, making wudu, which is an Islamic practice of cleansing those portals, right? So cleansing your hands up to the elbows, make sure that you are cleansing your feet up to the ankles, etc., right? So those are just some of the practices I like to implement just to kind of help be a little bit more stable and calm and steady, right? Now, aside from the full moon and Capricorn with these energy transits affecting our personality, identity, potentially some conversation and communication, it's also important to be aware and mindful that this full moon in Capricorn is also squaring, which is more challenging energy, is squaring Saturn, which is its ruler, the planet of discipline, the planet of boundaries, as well as Neptune, which is our planet of spirituality and dreams. Now, the interesting thing about a square is a square can be a bit of a challenge in a sense of a struggle. The difference between the opposition and the square is the opposition. If you pay attention to those areas, it can bring you balance, right? So that's why I said, being intentional and being mindful about doing practices that will help you balance out your energy, balance out your emotions, balance out your personality and your attitude, minding those conversations, because that's how you can be well during this time. But a square is a challenge that'll whoop your ass, point blank period.
Okay, so what's on your, let me know.
Whenever we have a square is basically saying, I always tell people, it's like saying I'm a square up with you. We gonna fight and may the best man win.
Everything is connected and nothing comes from nowhere. Like, that's literally, okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so what I got to expect?
So when you have Neptune and Saturn squaring our full moon, which again already has a lot of that unsteady energy, oftentimes what this is going to look like, especially with Neptune, is unsteady sleeping patterns, right? Challenging with sleep, challenging
my gosh. All right, cool. Because I thought I was tripping. I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't want to be up till 5 a.m. tonight, but I just like, it was low-key my fault because I was tired for hours, but I just stayed up, and it was my fault. But it makes sense now because it's usually like, I'm somebody who I'll get my sleep when I'm tired. So when it's like, when that's not happening, it tells me that something is probably going on in the sky. So that makes sense. I'm glad you just said it.
Tossing and turning, challenging with super intense dreams, and dreams that may even
Yo, I just talked about my dreams. I just talked about the dreams like the last 2 lives. Y'all go watch them. The dreams is crazy. I don't think I got into too much detail about the dreams, which is like, my business is my business, but they were so vivid. It was just like watching the movie, and the fact that I woke up and I could still remember them and I journaled them down. I'd be like, what do this mean? And one of the tips that the Queen Pole gave me was, well, she gave on her YouTube channel, was think about how you felt. How did it make you feel? So that's something that I have to tap back into too as I'm analyzing my dreams. Like, how did I feel? Which I've been doing, but I gotta do that a little bit more.
Trigger some of your emotions. So again, that's why it's going to be super important to make sure that you are utilizing your herbs and things like that are going to help kind of bring you calm and peace. That chamomile lavender tea that the Sister Queen recommended earlier will be good to drink at night because it's going to help you increase a good steady sleep, right?
Today I racked up on my herbs. I got me a nice little care package. I had went down. See, I told you I'd be tapping into the energy before even knowing exactly, because I just be like, I feel like I'm really truly in alignment a lot of times. I went to the park today. I did a little stretching. I did a little yoga. I did some sound bowls out there. And before that, I got me a smoothie. It was really good. And then I had went to go get me some herbs. So I'm excited to make some teas and some baths with these. I'm so hyped, and this is really a treat. Like, I love to treat myself. I'm so hyped. I can't wait to crack these drawers open and really get into them. We got a nice little 6-pack. Okay, I'm gonna stop interrupting so much.
Something I was telling the community about earlier today in our group chat, I was telling the wellness community that I started taking magnesium glycinate, right? And magnesium glycinate specifically, it helps you take it at night, and it's a magnesium or a form of magnesium that helps to relax the body, ease the mind, and it eases sleep. So y'all may want to try some magnesium glycinate, right? I got the Nature Made brand, but Mary Ruth's has a magnesium complex. There's many different brands that have one, but the magnesium has definitely been a great support for me, right? But again, you have to take that at night. So that may be something that eases your sleep as well. And
that's interesting because I have I'm pretty sure that's magnesium. I'm not tripping at all. Hold on. Yeah, it is. So I use liquid magnesium. This one, got it off of Amazon. Nothing too special. But I put this, I put a couple drops in my water, and it's usually for the opposite effect. She said she uses it to calm herself down at night, but I'll use this for a pick-me-up, energy, but when I was working and I feel like I'm super tired sometimes, I put some of this in my water and shake it up and drink that, and then I have more energy. So that's really interesting how it works both ways. But on here it also says sleep efficiency. It says support bowel function, mood support, sleep efficiency, and stress levels. So what probably up my energy is the balancing of the mood support and the stress levels. And then when you take it at night, that's when the sleep efficiency kicks in. So I see that. That's cool how one supplement can be used for two seemingly opposing energies. But she also didn't say, she said magnesium glycinate, which is different than this. So note that.
Many different things, but I do want to say you may want to lay off, back up from herbs like blue lotus, back away from herbs like damiana, back away from herbs like mugwort, right? Herbs that are going to increase your dreaming, because naturally with this square, dreams will naturally be more intense, a bit more chaotic, right? We got to remember that we have a lot of water energy with those oppositions, so it may be a bit chaotic, and you just have to be mindful and be aware of that. Okay, now it's important to also acknowledge that Saturn square, and really what this Saturn square is, it's calling us to pay attention to our lack of discipline and boundaries in certain areas of our life. Yes. So along with your reflection work, or for your reflection work during this full moon in Capricorn, this is a good time to really reflect on the past 6 months of your life and ask yourself, what areas of your life have you noticed that you have consistently been undisciplined in, right? You know, we got to remember we are coming up on July, which is the midpoint of the year. You know, July is our midpoint. So what areas of your life, well, the midpoint of the year, according to the Gregorian calendar, spring equinox, folks, don't choke me out, please. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to tussle. I'm not in the mood to fight. According to the Gregorian calendar, this is the midpoint of the year coming up with July. So this is a good time to reflect on like the last 6 months of the year and ask yourself, what areas of my life have I lacked discipline? Have I lacked consistency? And honestly, those will be some of the revelations that you receive during this time. You know, you may realize that during this full moon in Capricorn period, you are noticing and things are being revealed about yourself where you need to tighten up. You're noticing areas you need to tighten up. The parts of yourself that you need to tighten up are being revealed. But all
this is so like, I'm really gonna have to like, I hope you do a in-depth journal prompt for this one, because I'm really going to lock in with this one, because I feel like as an Aquarius, like I'm so airy, like I don't understand, like what do you mean undisciplined? Like, I just be doing what I want. But the shit that I want to do be in alignment though, like I don't just be doing dumb stuff all the time. So like as far as like undisciplined, like I don't really like schedule my life. Honestly, that was the closest thing that I had to sticking to a schedule, which was my full moon circle schedule, which I did pretty good. We did 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 7. So, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't bad. I'm actually proud of myself. That's one thing to reflect on. And on top of, so yeah, I think I'm in a good space, because also with my Moon Day Night Self-Love sessions, we've been doing that pretty much every Monday. And on the rare occasions that I'm not holding a session, I'll communicate ahead of time and let my community know that we won't be doing it that night. But I think I've been doing pretty good as far as like schedule keeping in that manner, and this being my, like me not being forced to keep any schedule, like as far as a job or anything like that, but literally me overseeing myself and making sure I'm doing what I said I was going to do. I think I've been pretty good with that, but it's definitely about to be time to lock more into it, because I have a few things that are in alignment with the Patreon community, such as the Moon Day Night Self-Love sessions, which are already going on every Monday. And then we will be doing music and meaning every Friday, which we just did earlier. If you missed that, go check that out. The video is on my YouTube channel, my Kiana YouTube channel, also on Twitch. And it'll be on Twitch for a little bit, but the replay will be available inside the Patreon, as well as a full write-up on the music and the meaning. So make sure y'all tap in with that. That's going to be Fridays. We got Mondays, we got Fridays. And what else? I'm building out something for Wednesdays. And then starting in July, we're going to be having the book club and the movie night schedule. So I've done pretty good with the schedules I've set, but I do have more schedules that I am setting. And I got to make sure that I'm locked in with it and I'm staying on top of it. So I see where the work needs to be done. All right.
Also, something that's being revealed is how your boundaries are affecting you personally, how your boundaries in community are affecting you, how your boundaries in relationships are affecting you, right? So don't be surprised if you find over the next couple of weeks that your boundaries in relationships and communities, especially in the workplace, specifically with Saturn, especially in the workplace, how your boundaries are tested and how that's affecting you. I want you to pay close attention to your finances when it comes to work too. If you've been feeling the urge to like ask for a raise, ask for more money, and really kind of get a feel of what you're worth, right? Because this is the time with this with the boundary, I'm about to say the boundary square, with the square of Saturn challenging our boundaries, especially in the workplace. You may find yourself really assessing and reflecting on, do I feel valuable in this workspace? Do I feel valuable in the field I'm in the career I'm in? Do I feel like I'm cared for? Do I feel important? Am I showing up, right? And so don't be surprised if when it comes to your career, you're really asking yourself, do I feel worthy in this space, and am I doing enough? And that's natural with full moon and Capricorn energy. One thing about Capricorn energy is that they really like to feel valued. They like to feel important. I love Capricorns because they don't need to be the center of attention all the time, but they do need to feel like they are an important part of the foundation, right? So that's important to acknowledge and recognize. Okay.
20 seconds.
Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm getting messages. Somebody's coming to my house, so they're trying to come up in my building. I apologize, but I got to make sure that they get in. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. I apologize, you all. All right, let me get back to it. Okay. I think I talked about everything, though. I talked about the square of Neptune and Saturn. I talked about Mercury retrograde, the opposition. Oh, the last thing, and this is going to be good, right, is that we have the trine of Chiron, right? Chiron and Taurus. And one thing about Chiron, our wounded healer, the asteroid that represents the wounded healer. One thing about Chiron that I love is that, especially being in Taurus, is that our shadow work, our healing work is more steady during this time, right? We feel more safe. We feel more confident on our healing journey, on our spiritual journey, right? So you may notice that you are starting to feel more confident in being your authentic self, more confident in like who you really are, right? I know who I am. I know my value. I know my worth for me, right? Maybe not, I may still be uncertain about it in career, but for me, I know who I am and I know my value, which is why you're questioning it in career. Do they see me? Do they see what I do? Do they see my worth? Because I know who I am. With Chiron being in Taurus, again, that shadow work, that healing aspects of ourselves and our healing journey, we just feel more confident, more safe, and more secure, which is a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing, right? Now, I will say, as I mentioned, and y'all know I'm very big on head.
No, I do for that. I was trying to pause it. I'm on the wrong screen. But when I was in the park today, I felt this energy, right? Because as I'm doing my little thing, in the park, I was kind of like trying to choose where to be, but I'm going to go where the fuck I feel called to go, because essentially there was nobody else like in plain sight inside the park. So set my ass right in the center of the grass. It was calling me. The sun was shining on it. It was a perfect spot. That's where I went. And then, like I told her, every time I'm in this park, the dogs be running up on me. So I met a couple little friends. I'm like, hey. But they was on their way out the park as I was on my way in. So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. And then as I was doing my sound bowls, it was a couple people like standing around, sitting around. It was a little like phone charger station, whatever, they charging their phones and stuff. And usually I would feel like kind of like anxious when people is around, like that social anxiety start to come up, which it did, but I didn't really give too much energy into it. It was just like, okay, felt it, cool, kept doing what I was doing, felt more confident in what I was doing, even so much so to like pull some cards. So I was out there to do a little divination as I was doing my sound bowls, and I was reflecting on like, should I keep going or should I stop? So I asked for some guidance on that, continued to do my sound bowls a little bit longer. After that, I recorded something that I had wrote down. I did Tierra Wax Paper Open Verse Challenge. I wrote it a couple days ago, and I've been like practicing it. So I recorded that while I was out there, and it just gave like confidence in doing what I'm doing and not really being worried about who's watching me. So I'm grateful for that energy. That feels really good. Like that's such a, I want to take a deep breath on that. Because as somebody who like do be feeling anxious sometimes, to not or to push past that feeling, that shit just feels so good. Like it feel like first day out type shit. Like if you know, you know.
I don't want to ever fear monger you guys, but I have to be honest, when we do have an intense transit like this full moon in Capricorn with these major transits, right? I have to be honest about that. So this full moon in Capricorn, this energy, yes, there may be quite a few challenges, right? Again, personally, when it comes to balancing your emotions, feeling like fluctuating energy, right? Maybe some emotional triggers coming from conversation, dealing with other people who energy are fluctuating, especially in your household, family, relationships. So there will be some challenges in those areas, but really this is offering us an opportunity to show ourselves who we are, right? This is offering us the opportunity to really show ourselves how far we've come on our healing journey. So also don't be surprised if you find yourself reflecting on your healing journey, reflecting on how far you've come, and feeling more confident and more proud of yourself on that journey. Thank you, Jennifer, for the love offering. I appreciate you, Sister Queen. Much peace, and may it be abundantly returned unto you. I appreciate that. So I wanted to talk about that trine of Chiron, because I feel like that's the place where we'll get some what the people say. So is it respite? Huh? Where we'll get some respite, where we'll get some calm, we'll get some ease. Huh? That trine of Chiron is saying, trying to bring us harmony, is saying, hey, we got some harmony on our healing journey. This is your opportunity to really show them who you are and be in peace and be in calm and show how far you have come. This is the opportunity to do that with that Chiron trine. So very, very grateful for that energy. I want to make sure that I touched on all of the aspects of the planetary alignment. I talked about the major transits. I talked about reflecting on your value and community, a little bit of increased sensitivity. I talked about that in the beginning, with understanding that our divine feminine is elevated with the full moons, and more intuition, more emotions, more empathy and compassion as well. Challenging emotional conversations. I talked about that as well, and a deeper understanding of our authentic self. I talked about that. Now let's talk about some things that we can do. And I want to be specific here. I kind of touched on some of this a little bit, but I want to be very specific, and then we'll do journal prompts. And we got some good journal prompts. We got some good journal.
Oh my God, I'm so excited! I can't wait! I can't wait for the journal prompts. I can't wait for the journal prompts.
Yes. Okay. And I'll tell y'all why. Y'all will see why I'm excited for the journal prompts when we get there, huh? Okay. What to do? Be mindful of your energy and emotions, and be intentional about practicing things that balance your emotions. I talked about that already, and y'all shared some of y'all recommendations in the chat. The second thing to do, focus on balancing grounding in idealism and grounding in present circumstances. And this is connecting with that Jupiter's transit into Leo on the 30th. We have to remember that the 30th is still the shadow period of the full moon, right? And one thing about Jupiter and Leo is that our idealism naturally increases. We naturally start feeling more in the air, and more like, oh, this is how I think the world should be, and this is how I think things should go, and this is what I think we should do. You have to be intentional about balancing how you think things should be, and your goals and your desires, and how you think the world should flow. Balance that with how things actually are, right? And where they actually.
That's gonna be so hard. That's gonna be so hard for me, because what's the difference? The way I want things to be is how things are. I don't see no difference. What I dream is what's happening. Like, I'm gonna have to work on it.
Are in this moment. So this is going to be a good time to be intentional about practicing grounding in your idealism. Balance that grounding in your idealism with grounding in the present moment and how things really are. It's a beautiful thing to daydream and to vision. Y'all know I'm very big on vision manifestation.
Like, it's like, even when she's just talking about this, it's like it's bringing up resistance in me, because what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What I dream and what I vision is not reality. Like, what? It's not computing. Breathe. Listen. Learn.
It's a beautiful thing to daydream and to vision, but you also need to be in this present moment and to be mindful and to be aware. So how do you balance those two? And this is a good time to bring awareness to that, because around the next new moon cycle, you will need to be intentional about that, because by then we will be deep into Jupiter and Leo, and our opportunity to manifest will happen, and manifestations will come with ease when Jupiter is in Leo. But baby, You got to be aware of how you are moving in your desires and how you are responding to the universe. Our responses to the universe in this present moment will determine if we are prepared to elevate to the vibration that's aligned with what we desire. So be mindful. Come on, Cloud Bob. Come on, Cloud. Y'all know my super woke people. They hate when I joke about that, but that shit is just so fucking funny to me. The fact that them folks call the afro a cloud bob, that shit is just hilarious. It's disrespectful as fuck, but we gotta find humor in some things. That shit is fucking hilarious to me. I said, who looks at an afro and say, cloud bob?
Cloud bob.
Who all was in the room when the first person, I know it wasn't a single black. And if it was a single black, I know they said, if it was a black person in there, they had to say, this shit gonna go viral, watch this shit. And they probably was laughing when they did it. It's no way that y'all could have been dead serious when y'all looked at an afro and said, cloud bob. But it's funny. It's funny to me, because technically it's bob length when it's froed up. And it's a cloud. Y'all got to get into it, okay? But I know my woke people say, Queen, that's not funny because they're gonna colonize the afro and we're gonna forget our history. And in 20 years, the kids ain't gonna be calling it the afro no more. They're gonna be calling it the cloud bob. And you're right. You're right. The same way I be having to remind young people that black people started blues and rock and roll and things like that. You are right. But as of today, I'm laughing. That shit is funny as fuck. It's funny. Come on, Cloud Bob. I be in the mirror fluffing. Come on, Cloud Bob.
When she said it, I immediately knew what she meant. Like it gets Cloud Bob. But
anyway, let's be serious. Let's be serious. I ain't playing with y'all like I was playing with y'all during the summer solstice video. I was sleepy. I was well rested today. I'm well rested. Huh? I could be serious today because I'm well rested. Y'all know when I'm sleepy, I get delusional.
Oh my God, this is perfect. Like when the wisdom and the knowledge come with some comedy. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Very digestible. It's like you getting your greens with the cornbread, like with the sweet potato pie. Like it's perfect. It's perfect. Shout out to the Queen Pole.
Huh? I'm well rested today. I took my magnesium glycinate last night. And I had me some tea. Okay. I'm serious. Y'all see I'm on it. I need to check my Oura ring, see how long I slept. Let's get back into it. Don't distract me no more, y'all. Number 3. I don't even know if I finished number 2. I think I did. Balancing, yes, balancing being grounded in idealism as well as in the present moment. And then number 3, reflect on your year thus far from an introspective character development, self-awareness, evolution perspective. Identify how you have grown over these past 6 months, your progress with your personal development intention for the year. I want y'all to start reflecting on what was your intention for this year and how are you doing with that from a personal development perspective. This is not the time to look externally and to be pointing the finger around you, right? With the full moon in Capricorn, this is the time for us to assess ourselves. And again, this is happening in the first house. So it's all about your personal identity, your understanding of who you are, your energy, your attitude, right? That's what this is about, okay? So let me make sure I listed all the things, your progress of the personal development of the year, as well as, and this is where we're going to get into our release work, I want you to also reflect on your personal attachments that have been consistent over the past 6 months. And I talked about that as well, because one thing about the first house is that it helps us get to the understanding of some of our roots to addiction, right? So really take some time to reflect on your attachments. What have you been deeply connected to personality wise? What have you been drawn to over the past 6 months? And has it been healthy? This full moon in Capricorn is the opportunity and offering us the opportunity to release any attachments that we have to external things that's not elevating our internal wellness. And remember that Saturn square. Remember, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. So it's offering us the opportunity to enhance our discipline by releasing our attachment and our connection to things that's causing us to be undisciplined, that's causing us to not do the things that's for our wellness. This is the opportunity to release those attachments. Okay, so I want you to be super aware of that. Now, the fourth thing to do, be aware of revelations of character within self. We talked about that, as well as within others with this fluctuating energy. The heavy transits, oppositions, and squares within the planetary alignment are going to reveal internal battles between authenticity and the mask. So again, this full moon in Capricorn, as well as with these major transits, are going to offer us the opportunity to see not only our own internal battles that we deal with, but also the internal battles of other people. And some examples of those battles are the authenticity versus the mask, the healed versus the unhealed, and that's that Chiron trine, and our attachments versus our detachments, the things that we are deeply connected to that affect our identity, that affect our personality, our behaviors, as well as the things that we have in a functional way detached from, which is serving our wellness, right? And we'll see a lot of this through conversations, as well as assessing and reflecting on our own personal behaviors. And then the fifth thing to do is to practice a burning release ceremony to release your attachment to that part of your experience. Release emotions and behavior that is not aligned with your wellness, right? So this is a good time to, as you reflect on things that are impacting your identity, your personality, those areas that you are feeling undisciplined in, things that's causing you to be undisciplined. This is a good time to write that down, take it far away from your house, burn it, and turn your back on it and walk away from it and never look back, right? Go home and never look back. And that's a great way to release the energetic connection to those things that you have been attached to, especially over the past 6 months, that could be potentially throwing you off your square, throwing you off your path. Okay, so just be mindful of that. So those are our 5 things to do. Let's get into journal prompts, crystals, herbs, and then we're going to close out.
My favorite.
We moving. Good time. 32 minutes.
My favorite part.
Journal prompts. Now, I'm very, 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 even when y'all say it in the chat, it just gets me. It just gets me. I got to move, y'all. I can't look at y'all no more. It just gets me. Come on. Oh, we at the 33-minute mark. It's 3:33, and we are at the 33-minute mark. Oh my God, that's such divine alignment. Such divine alignment. And 3 is the number of divine understanding of the highest self, understanding of the authentic self, understanding of the universal collective and the universal connection. Right? So shout out to our 333. Okay, let's get back into it. Come on, journal prompts. Now, I'm super excited for these journal prompts because these journal prompts are coming from our July book of the month that we will be reading with the wellness community, with the tribe. And that book is The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukov. Now, I had to order a new copy of the book. I love this book. I read this book incessantly when I was in college. But I had to get a new copy of it because I had the old version. So the new copy of this book, the 25th anniversary version, comes with a study guide. That's a pretty thick study guide. So much so that the Audible of the book used to be 6 hours of change. It's now 10 hours, about 7 hours. It's now 10 hours because it's 3 hours worth of study guide, right? But the study guide is full of journal prompts and practices to implement a lot of the lessons that are in the book. So I extracted some of the journal prompts from the book. So these journal prompts are courtesy of The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukov. Okay. The first journal prompt, and they're all aligned with our full moon and Capricorn energy. Have you ever found yourself feeling compassion for someone who wronged you or others, even though you still do not like or approve what he or she did?
Yes.
And this is a good one to ask yourself and to ponder and reflect on
Oh,
during the full moon, because as I said, the full moon naturally elevates our divine feminine. It naturally elevates our emotions, our intuition, but also our empathy, because that's an aspect of divine feminine energy, right? So this journal prompt is really calling you to assess your empathy. Do you have basic human empathy? Y'all know this is always one of the questions I ask y'all. Do you have basic human empathy, or are you truly an empath? The difference is empathy is usually easy on a basic human level. And when it comes from a space of being able to feel the emotions that's expressed by someone cries and you start crying, you feel like you want to cry. Someone is laughing and you start giggling because you feel the joy. That's basic human empathy. A spiritual empath feels empathy and compassion even when somebody is not expressing the emotion. They feel the emotion from a spiritual level. So a person can be laughing and smiling, but a spiritual empath can feel the grief and sadness. A person could be expressing anger, but a spiritual empath can feel the fear and the anxiety that the anger is rooted in, right? Which could be coming from some inner child work. That's the difference between basic human empathy.
when she's saying in child work, I was just thinking about like the amount of like empaths that are born versus created, because I feel like being an empath is something that's taught a lot of times in childhood for a lot of kids who grow up having to be very mindful of the energy that's going on around them, because the words that's being spoken or the actions and stuff is not like whatever's happening on the surface ain't really telling the whole truth. So you have to tap into the energy to really understand what's going on. So I wonder like what percentage of empaths are born and what percentage of empaths are created, that nature versus nurture as.
And an empath. And you will know that a person is a spiritual empath when they can feel compassion and empathy for people, even when they don't
I
agree with them. Even when someone has done something so heinous and so beyond understanding for most people, even when you don't agree, you can feel empathy, right? You feel the empathy, you feel the compassion, you feel the emotions. Even
And I think that's what makes it hard a lot of times to show up authentically, because it's like you feel it even though that's not what's being communicated. So sometimes you're responding to what you're feeling more so than what's actually happening on the surface, and that can create a misalignment, because it can kind of be hard to like, because you have, as the empath, you have the power to bring things back into alignment if you speak on what you're feeling. You also have the, and that can go either, you know, smoothly because you're gaining some clarity, or it can go haywire because the person that you're speaking to doesn't want that clarity, which is why they're not expressing what they are truly feeling.
when someone has done you wrong personally, someone has done personal harm for you, you feel the empathy, you feel the emotions. That's a spiritual empath, right? So this first journal prompt is really helping you to do that reflection work. I'm gonna read it again. Have you ever found yourself feeling compassion for someone who wronged you or others, even though you still do not like or approve of what he or she did? Second journal prompt. Have you ever thought of your emotions as serving a pros being excuse me, it's a mistype, my fault. Have you ever thought of your emotions as serving a positive or bringing fight or flight? I don't know what I was supposed to put right here.
You ever thought emotions
It's supposed to say positive.
bringing further play?
Okay. Have you ever thought of your emotions as serving as a positive? I was supposed to say as a positive. Have you ever thought of your emotions as serving as a positive or forcing you into fight or flight? Sorry, y'all. These is courtesy of Gary Zukov. I was typing quickly. My apologies. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Charge it to the cloud, Bob. and not my heart.
Your emotions as
Huh? Have you ever thought of your emotions as serving as a positive or forcing you into fight or flight? What emotions do you encounter in yourself that you feel are based on fear? What emotions do you experience in yourself that you feel come from love? Okay, that's the second journal prompt. No, we ain't gonna blame Gary. They say blame Gary. It ain't Gary, it was me. It was me. I was looking in the book and typing. I said, well, this is a good one. Type. Oh, this is a good one. Type. Don't blame Gary, it's me. Third journal prompt. Have you ever considered the idea that the place to begin eliminating, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is one that I came upon and I said, oh, this is good. Have you ever considered the idea that the place to begin eliminating evil in the world is within you?
Yes.
If it were true, in what ways would you eliminate evil in you? I'm gonna read it again.
That is good.
Have you ever considered the idea that the place to begin eliminating evil in the world is within you? If it were true, in what ways would you eliminate evil in you? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. No, gonna be in the clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that.
I feel like for sure, I feel like everything starts within, everything starts with you. And for me personally, I think it's empathy. It's literally empathy, like what you just spoke on, because it's like even though you can conceptualize like somebody did something wrong to you and you can understand why you would do something wrong back, but empathy is what makes you understand the underlying of why they did what they did, which is like hurt people essentially. So you hurting a person even more is just putting more hurt out there. You know? I feel like certain things are simple, certain things are easy to understand but harder to apply. So I'm definitely I'm going to do all of these journal prompts, but I wanted to give like a little pre-write is essentially a little pre conversation on it. Like this is something that I think about though, because my mission since 17. Damn, it's crazy. It's getting so far from that point that I'm forgetting what age it was. I used to remember precisely, like I was this age. I remember the moment and everything. I remember the moment. I remember the feeling. I remember exactly what I was, where I was. I think it was 17 when the energy came to me. Like my purpose is to make the world a better place, and exactly how to do that is to gain more wisdom and gain more knowledge. And essentially, I was doing that on external things, but then I got to a point where it's like you have to do that with self. Knowledge of self is the best type of knowledge, human wisdom, because at the end of the day, we are all human. We are all one. So once you understand how the humans, then you can kind of understand how life works for us, essentially, and have a little bit more grace. Because God is so gracious, right? Imagine all of the things that people do wrong or things that you would deem as bad, even yourself, like the things that you've done in life that you wouldn't deem as good. But God don't punish you for every single thing. Like God is a teacher. He wants you to learn. So I like to have that energy. Like it's never just to punish you for the sake of punishing you, but I rather every action has a reaction, and my reaction to your actions is to teach you something, not to harm you. So I would definitely say empathy. Increasing empathy is a great way to eliminate evil.
Yes. Yes.
That's a crazy pick back up.
Yes. And that's that on that. Fourth journal prompt. What have you learned from your experiences with emotions like overwhelm, jealousy, or anger? What have you learned from your experiences with emotions like overwhelm, feeling overwhelmed, jealousy, or anger?
Wait, hold on, I got to pause it. What have you learned from your experiences? with anger, jealousy, and what was it?
And make that Jane. Yes.
That's that on.
Yes. Yes. And that's that on that. Fourth journal prompt. What have you learned from your experiences with emotions like overwhelm, jealousy, or anger? What have you learned from your experiences with emotions like overwhelm, feeling overwhelmed, jealousy, or anger? Fifth journal prompt. Are you aware of any parts of your personality that are undisciplined? Eating,
Yes, child.
drinking, smoking,
The core
gambling,
of me.
etc. And this for sure goes with our full moon and Capricorn.
What? But I feel like that's why I work towards discipline. Like, I'm very disciplined though, because I feel like I have the understanding of self, which is like I am so free flowing and can and will do what I want that I actively practice discipline. So where it's like I do what I need to do so I can do what I want to do. But I need her to run that back one more time.
It's like overwhelm, feeling overwhelmed, jealousy, or anger. Fifth journal prompt. Are you aware of any parts of your personality that are undisciplined? Eating, drinking, smoking, gambling, etc. And this for sure goes with our full moon in Capricorn. We just talked about this with that square of Saturn, right? How does this make you feel? What is the root experiences that are connected to that part of your personality?
Oh, hold on. This is a heavy one. Hold on. Are you aware of any parts of your personality that are undisciplined? Disciplined. And then she said, what was that?
It goes with our full moon in Capricorn. We just talked about this with that square of Saturn, right? How does this make you feel?
How does it make you feel?
What is the root experiences that are...
How does it make you feel? What is the root experiences? Well, what is the root experiences? What are the root experiences
connected to that part of your personality? And again, this is what you want to release. This is what you want to release. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. Are you aware of any parts of your personality that are undisciplined? Eating, drinking, smoking, gambling, sex, etc. How does this make you feel? What is the root experiences that are connected to that part of...
Now, personally, I feel like I got all of them under control. Like all of my physical cravings or whatever. Like I feel like I got them all on leash at this point. Are you aware of any parts of your personality that are undisciplined? I think it's like my mind and my ego, a little bit. I feel like my ego, like I'm in a place right now. Like it was very caged, coming straight from a place where my ego was very caged and locked down, and I really kept her like under wraps, to releasing her now and opening that cage up and letting her be a little bit more free. I'm finding a balance there because I know the possibilities, you know, 11 on the clock. I know the implications, what's the word? Ramifications, I think, of having a ego off the leash. And I never want to be that, but I also never want to be a smaller version than who I really am. So that's something that I'm actively working through. As far as like smoking, drinking, sex, and all of that, I feel like I got that shit on the leash at this point. Stone said empathy and integrity. What about empathy and integrity? Oh, that was 11:07. My bad. I'm dumb late.
of your personality. And that's what you want to release under this full moon in Capricorn. And again, all of these journal prompts are courtesy of The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav, which will be the Wellness Community's July book of the month. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I thought she was about to hit the.
That's from Saved by the Bell.
Nodded.
Why they don't put that on the Netflix?
I think I like it.
Put the Saved by the Bell on the Netflix. I remember we was able to convince my family to let us watch Saved by the Bell because of Lisa Turtle. It's a black woman in it.
I'm cracking
up. It's a black woman in it. Her name is Lisa Turtle, and we was able to slide AC Slater in. AC Slater. Black
that
folks.
Is funny.
This is a black show. It's a black show. Lisa Turtle, AC Slater, black.
That is funny.
Shout out to Jesse Spano, Kelly Kapowski. Okay. Anyway, crystals and herbs, y'all. Crystals and herbs. I appreciate the love offerings, y'all. I'm gonna shout out everybody who sent the love offering. I saw the Sister Queen Terry sent 3333. Shout out to you, Sister Queen. Again, I'm gonna shout everybody out at the end. Okay, crystals and herbs. The first crystal, labradorite. I'm trying to work on my pronunciations.
I don't think
I've come to realize that as long as I told y'all this last time with calendula.
It's calendula,
which I found out was calendula.
It's calendula.
Yerba mate, which I found out was yerba mate. As long as I have been on this intentional journey of holistic wellness, I've come to realize.
Wait, because now I got like, what is the root of the word? Where is it? Is it a Asian word? Is it like, what is the root of the word? Calendula origins. Because we got to dive into this. Because what? Calendula? It's not no G or no J in that word. I refuse to let y'all play with me. Wait, let me see. Calendula. I say calendula. And actually, calendula probably would be a little bit more on brand for the way that it's spelled, but I say calendula. Calendula plants originate from the Mediterranean region, Southern Europe. Okay, in parts of, okay, I had an idea. I had a feeling there was a little Asian there. Parts of Western Asia, widely known as pot marigold, they have been cultivated for centuries and are distinct from true American marigolds. Native range. Okay, so Europe and Western Asia, calendula pronunciation. Slow.
Calendula.
Thank you. It ain't no G or no J in there. Like, whoever said calendula, that's how you say it, and that's fine. But don't tell me that's how it's pronounced. Like,
calendula.
Calendula. And I don't even say calendula. I say calendula. Calend. That's literally how it's spelled. Calendula. Calendula. I'm still going to say calendula. All right, let's get back to it.
That a lot of shit I just be saying wrong as hell.
It ain't wrong.
I've been saying labradorite. Y'all see I'm struggling still. I've been saying it as labradorite, like a Labrador.
Right. Labradorite.
Like a Labrador retriever.
Labradorite.
I say labradorite. But the R comes first. It's labradorite.
Labra. Okay.
Labradorite for mental clarity and emotional balance. We on crystals and herbs. That's how late you are, Rosa. Rosa said, how late am I? We on crystals and herbs. That's how late. But you can always watch the replay. Shout out to the replay. Gang. Replay people.
We here. Strong.
Love you dearly. Labradorite for mental clarity and emotional balance. Black tourmaline. Black tourmaline for cloaking, for protection.
Hey.
Black tourmaline.
Emotional balance. And then we got I do got me some black tourmaline. Oops. You know how sometimes you be writing so fast and you cross your L's? Like, damn, I did not mean to do that. Tourmaline. I know what I meant. For protection. I love a black crystal. Especially black obsidian. Did I go back too far?
Right. For mental clarity and emotional balance. We on crystals and herbs. That's how late you are, Rosa. Rosa said, how late am I? We on crystals and herbs. That's how late.
No
But you
crystals
can
and
always watch the
herbs,
replay.
like
Shout out to
me.
the replay. Gang. Replay people.
We here.
Love you dearly. Labradorite for mental clarity and
Forever
emotional
listening. I'm
balance.
sorry.
Black tourmaline for cloaking, for protection. Black tourmaline. Moonstone for elevated connection to your divine feminine and balancing your divine feminine energy.
Moonstone, elevated connection plus balance of divine feminine.
Moonstone, which I love. I love Moonstone. I'm so drawn to Moonstone crystal. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I just love it. Garnet, fourth crystal. Garnet enhances optimism and calms anxiety. And I added this one simply because when we have full moons and Capricorns opposing the sun, especially, we can start to feel a little bit pessimistic sometimes, especially with the fluctuating energy, right? So garnet, I added that because it enhances the optimism and calms anxiety. It helps bring some stability, energetic and emotional stability there. Malachite, and garnet also is Capricorn. That's the Capricorn stone. Malachite eases and releases anxiety, as well as increases healing. Eases and releases anxiety and eases healing. It elevates our healing opportunity. Okay. Malachite is also a good money manifestor too. Okay. Herbs. Now, all of these herbs, I'm not smoking nothing, but I should be, Dana. Huh? I was thinking about getting back into it. I was thinking about
getting back. Because first of all, excuse you. You're too much of my business. Don't assume that I'm smoking nothing. This is just my natural disposition.
Into it, Dana. It's been a long time. Let me not sing Sam's good.
I shouldn't have left you without a dope.
I got to respect the ancestors.
Step.
Let me not sing Sam when I'm talking about smoking. Huh? It's been a long time. I've been doing some sobriety, right? So I've been laying off my shrooms. I haven't smoked in a long time, right? I was thinking the other day, I said, you know what? Maybe we should dabble a little bit. Maybe. I'll keep y'all updated, wellness community. Huh? Come on, put one in the air for me. I'll keep y'all updated, okay? I really do just be naturally high, Dana. I really do.
See?
I wake up in the morning and be ready to go.
People don't get it. I was just thinking earlier when I was making that short. I'm like, yo, I literally just be lit with nothing in my system. My natural disposition is just like high vibes.
To tell myself, bitch, sit down for a second. When I be in the bed, I be like, okay, like when I wake up in the morning, I say my prayers, I do my stuff, and I be ready to go.
Yes.
Let's get something done. Let's mop a floor, clean a house. And I have to tell myself, relax. Relax. Get up.
I really be feeling like, I don't know. I think it's just something about like Aquarius or just certain people. I don't want to say all Aquarius because I don't know, but I be charging a lot to my Aquarius nature. Like I just feel like we just be so like much spirit then like condensed into this human body form. It'd be so limited. It's like, damn, I gotta sleep. I gotta eat. I gotta do all this human shit. Like I just want to just exist in energy. I just want to be ether. I want to do exactly what I want when I want. Like I want to like this body be limited as fuck sometimes.
Easy. That's why by the end of the night, I be drunk. I be like, all right.
They mixed it all out. Like,
by the end of the night, I be done. You know how you just let a kid run themselves out till they get tired? That's how I do me. I do me like that. I be like, girl, I'm the adult that they say, just let her go. She'll wear herself out. Just let her go. She'll wear herself out. Bitch over there grout in the tub. Let her go. She'll wear herself down.
11:22 on the clock.
Anyway, come on, y'all. Herbs. Now, all of these herbs are centered around detoxing. Okay. But you want to use them in different ways. So I'm going to share with y'all how to use them in different ways. The first herb is Scotch bonnet pepper.
What? I ain't never heard of that one.
And I wanted to share with y'all some detoxing herbs because, as we know, full moons are a good time to detox. Okay, but especially with this full moon in Capricorn, which is all about cleansing out and removing anything that is causing you to be undisciplined, releasing anything that is not aligned with your wellness. I'm starting out strong with the Scotch bonnet pepper. When I was young, we used pepper as a detox, right? My father, y'all know I have a Panamanian father. My father's a Panamanian man who will, everywhere we go, he wants the pepper, right? Because pepper naturally clears your energy. And it's a very positive thing to have pepper and have like, you know how you be crying, you got your nose running. That was a good thing because it's cleansing out your sinuses, it's cleansing out your respiratory system, it's opening up your airways. But Scotch bonnet is also an energetic cleanser. It helps you cleanse your sacred points, right? So with the Scotch bonnet pepper specifically, it can help detoxify your third eye, your heart chakra, as well as your crown, okay? So with this, I want you to add some to your food. You can add it to a smoothie. You can also add it to a tincture. You can add it to some fire cider. Scotch bonnet pepper is very good with that. You can make a soup, right? Even when I was in Ghana, I'm about to get into my storytelling. That's how you know I'm about to get into my storytelling, because even when I was in Ghana, when you see the finger go up, I'm getting into my I'm bringing in a story. Even when I was in Ghana, we had a pepper soup, right? And they were sick of me in there, huh? The sisters I was in the house with was sick of me because I'm a pepper girl, huh? I stay cleansed and detoxed out, okay? So they have a pepper, like it's not even a soup. It's like a pepper sauce that they would make. And it was essentially made with these red peppers that are similar to Scotch bonnet peppers. And they would blend just the peppers, tomato, a little bit of salt, and maybe some ground pepper. And they would eat it with cassava. It was always used as like a dipping sauce, right? But you have sometimes a boiled egg, right? But it's like a pepper sauce. Baby, I was making that almost every single morning. And everybody in the house looked at me like I was crazy. But again, pepper is a really good detoxifier. And if you know me, you know I'm huge on detoxing. As I list one of these other herbs, this is the herb I drink every day because it's a gentle detox. I'm big on detoxing. Some people often ask me about my skin, and I think one of the reasons why my skin often looks very healthy, thank God, is that a lot of the herbs I take are centered around keeping my internal very clean and very clear, right? And y'all, let's be clear. Sometimes, for the most part, I eat pretty well, right? But pretty well. Sometimes I will still have me a McDonald's fish fillet. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
I ain't go McDonald's in a long time, but Burger King though, you can Burger King me for sure. Every once in a while, for sure.
I'ma still go get that fish fillet, small fry, sweet and sour. On my fish fillet, I want extra cheese, lettuce, and tomato.
Hold that tartar, please.
Mac sauce instead of tartar. Don't tell nobody.
Man.
That's why I detox. Cause sometimes I'm gonna get the fish fillet. Once in a while, huh?
That's to keep it.
When I was in Ghana, they had these little shortbread cookies. I would walk to the store and get the shortbread cookie. I needed the peppers to clear me out. I needed it, huh? So Scotch bonnet pepper, but again, from a spiritual perspective, aside from just the physical cleanse of opening up the respiratory system, clearing out the mucus, I said don't judge. I said don't judge my fish fillet. I gave you an order. Try it, sister. Try it. Fish fillet, extra cheese, mac sauce instead of tartar, add lettuce and tomato. Try it.
I'm cracking.
Occasionally a little onion if I ain't got nowhere to go, because the McDonald's onions will fuck up your breath for 2 days. Onion if I ain't got nowhere to go. Try it. You won't judge no more. Trust me. Little sweet and sour sauce. Dip it. Anyway, that Scotch bonnet pepper is good to clear out. But aside from just, again, the mucus cleanse, it helps to clear out the third eye, right? The heart chakra, the crown, okay? And it really is good to add to a fire cider or a tincture. But again, you can add it to your food or smoothie.
For me, I don't really do, as far as like detoxing goes, if I do a detox, it might look something like a intermittent fast or a 24-hour fast. But generally, movement really worked for me. Like I got a daily movement routine that I do. And that really be bringing up like any mucus from whatever it may be the next day. I do my morning routine and it bring all that mucus up, and I can really feel like the difference. I can feel the mucus when it's, I don't want to get too graphic, but movement really helps to me. Yoga, exercise, do my little daily routines. That helps bring all that mucus up for me. And I do kale pretty often. And I know greens are good for helping to clean you out, so I'll do kale, salad, smoothies pretty often. I try to keep that around on a daily, weekly basis.
Etc. Senna, y'all knew it was coming, wellness community. Y'all knew it was coming. Senna tea, the herb
Senna
senna.
tea. Okay.
Y'all knew it was coming. Now I'm gonna give y'all the same warning that I give everybody. With senna, you want to make a tea with it.
Is this, how you spell senna tea? Is it S-E-N? Senna tea. S-E-N-N-A.
Okay. You can get it out of most of your local grocery stores. If you can't find it in the grocery store, it's S-E-N-N-A. S-E-N-N-A. They'll sell it in your beauty supply store as ballerina tea. Go to your I know we're supposed to be boycotting the Asian businesses, but it be in the Asian beauty supply stores. So go to your local grocery store or sneak over there to the Asian beauty supply store because they're going to have it. It's $2 for the box.
Oh, yeah, you're wrong.
$2 for the box, and it's authentic raw senna. Don't tell them I sent you. Don't tell the people I sent you.
Yeah, I'm not going. I know.
You can also buy it off Amazon. Ballerina tea. It comes in a green box, right?
I'll be going.
But that's pure senna. Don't get the mixed up one.
I ain't go to the Chinese store in a minute. I ain't eat from the Chinese store in a little while now. Occasionally I do a shrimp roll. I ain't gonna hold you. Occasionally I do a shrimp roll, but I haven't really been trusting the Chinese stores in years. At least not like the regular corner Chinese stores. I really freak with them for the wraps when I was smoking. But I'm taking a little break from that as we speak. So it's been a minute since I went to a Chinese store. But if we boycott, we boycott. I ain't going.
And all of that other stuff. Don't get that, huh? Don't get the mixed up ones. Get the pure senna. You want to, I was going to say a boil, but you want to steep at least 2 bags in a cup of tea, in a cup of water. 2 bags per cup of water. I like mine strong. Here's what you're going to do. You want to drink at least 2 cups. I've been taking this since I was a little girl. That's how we used to detox when I was little. Huh? You want to have 2 cups. You got to chase that shit with so much water, though. When I say immediately, you need to start down, get you a gallon of water, and within 24 hours, that gallon needs to be done. And here's why. Because the way senna works as a detoxer, is it irritates the lining of your intestines to help cleanse your colon. This is the physical benefits of it. I'm gonna talk about the spiritual side, but this is the.
That's why I don't really be doing like a whole lot of like heavy detoxing, because I feel like, I don't know, like I don't want to, like I already eat pretty clean. I don't eat meat. I'm a pescatarian. I don't want to like detox the healthy nutrients or whatever that's like already in me, the proteins or whatever that are already in me, because it's not a lot coming from meat outside of fish and seafood. So I really don't be doing like heavy detoxing. I just stick to like fruits, vegetables, smoothies and things of that nature. I don't really do heavy detoxing, but nonetheless, good information. Let me tap in.
Physical benefits of it. It irritates the lining of your intestines and it cleanses your colon. What you need to do is drink a lot of water to help flush it out
drink a lot
faster.
of water.
Because, baby, when I say your stomach is going to be doing quadruple backflips, backhand springs, tucks, and everything, if you don't flush that shit out, your next 24 hours going to be hell. Hear me? Get you some water, flush that center out. Trust me, Salam. Thank you. Tell the people, get the water. You got to drink some water. I always tell y'all this story. I had a roommate. He asked me to detox him. He knew I was big on detoxing. I made him a little blend, added center. He ended up going to the hospital and accused me of poisoning him. He thought I poisoned him. He thought I was a roommate from hell.
Oh, shit.
And tried to poison him. Why? Because he did not drink the water like I told him. He went to the hospital. Him and his girlfriend was laughing. His girlfriend, man, but he bought a list of the herbs that I put in the tea, which is a lot of these herbs I'm sharing. The main herb was center. The doctors at the hospital started laughing. The doctors and the nurse was laughing. They was like, "Oh, you feel exactly how you supposed to feel. You feel like you're dying.
Poisoned me.
This is the death list." The detox is working. They gave him IV fluids because he was dehydrated. That center is gonna flush you from the rooter to the tutor. Huh?
So it sounds like if you're gonna do anything and you like need a strong detox, then the center detox is the one and the only one that you really need to do. Because it sounds like that's the one, that's the big one. Make sure you drink water.
Rooter to the tutor. I'm talking about it brings the oil out your pores. You'll be sweating or have an oil sweat. If you like carry a lot of fat, a lot of oil.
See, and I don't, which is why I don't really, be too into it. But that's one thing I noticed too. Like in the shower, that's how I feel like, I don't know exactly how to say that thought. But essentially, like, when you're in the shower and you sweating, when your sweat starts to burn your eyes, that's when you know like it's time for a detox. I had a little stint where I was like drinking wine, not even heavy, but it was daily for like 3-4 days in a row. And then when I got in the shower, my sweat was burning my eyes a little bit, not even if it's too heavy, but usually it's like I can keep my eyes open throughout the whole shower. I never have to do none of this. Like, it's never none of that. And that's what told me like, oh yeah, it's time to detox, because I hate that feeling. Like,
oils, right? You eat a lot of fats, a lot of oils, a lot of sugars. It's gonna be coming out your pores. That center is no hope. Got to make sure you got the day off. I'm warning you now. I tell people, drink it at night right before you go to bed. It's gonna be working by the morning. It might wake you up. So if you plan on sleeping good, don't do it. Don't do it. It might wake you up. Okay, that's right, sister. Let them know. Brother,
yes.
Let them know.
Yes.
Sorry, let them know. Let them know. No Asian stores. Let's stand on business. Yes.
She out of pocket.
Get that center. Now, from a spiritual perspective, detox, it helps to detox our sacral as well as our solar plexus chakra. Our sacral and solar plexus chakra. That's what the center does. Okay? Drink plenty of water. I promise you. Drink plenty of water. Third herb for detoxing, fennel. Fennel detoxes the sacral, the heart, and root chakra. You can add it to a smoothie or any food. Okay. Mullein. I enjoy fennel too. Y'all know fennel got a little to it. Fennel got a little. but I love it, right? It's really good for the detoxing. Mullein detoxes the throat, the sacral, and the solar plexus. You can add it to a tea, or you can smoke it. I talked about that last time when I gave y'all a list of smokable herbs.
Fuck.
And then the last one, this is the one I do every day. This is my daily gentle detox. Yes, you can sweeten the center with some agave, something natural, some agave, some date syrup, maybe a little molasses. I'm an agave type of girl, but some honey, of course, something natural. Don't put no white sugar. Don't put nothing in the tea that you're trying to detox from. Don't add no white sugar. Don't add no milk. But with the center is really good with, and I always recommend adding some ginger, right? Because you need some ginger, because the ginger is going to help to ease the belly.
I'm sorry, milk in the tea always made me scratch my head, because ain't hot milk, like, don't they make you sick? I never got that, like, given like when in movies, how in movies when white people wake up with a stomach ache, they be like, oh, get some warm milk. Like, what the fuck? That sounds like a stomach ache in and of itself. How is that going to help the stomach? I never understood it. It never clicked for me. I never liked milk though, so that's probably why.
Ease some of the cramps. So I like to add some ginger. I like to add some cinnamon, add the senna, and then I'll put some of this last herb that I'm gonna list, which is a good daily detox. This is a gentle detox, very easy. This is the kind of herb that you could take every day, every morning, and it's gonna give you a good little cleanse. And like a little gentle cleanse. You're gonna go one time. That's what I really need. A little gentle cleanse. And this herb is simply sage. Sage is a good gentle detox, much more gentle than senna. Again, you can take it every day, and it's good for detoxifying the heart and the root chakra. You can add it to a tea, or you can add it to a smoothie, but preferably a smoothie. Okay. Yes, it's a lemonade maple. Lemonade maple is good as well. Okay. Now, I also recommend to detox, and this is like a little bonus, is drinking lime and mint water, right? Mm-hmm. And the lime and mint water is really good because it just kind of helps to flush the toxins out of your body, right? And that's something that you can have every single day. I love a good infused water. Mm-hmm. So it's something I started doing when I was in college. And y'all know, of course, I'm a plain water girly as well, but in the fridge sometimes when I want something like a refresher, right? A good refresher is I just like to have basically a jug of water that just have different limes or lemons, sometimes both, but also like different fruit added to it. Or sometimes I'll do cucumber, mint, basil, and then I might slice up an orange in there, or I might slice up like an apple in there, right? Or some type of fruit, right? And it's really, really good, just as like a refresher, but also having that lemon and that lime in the water, it just naturally helps you to release toxins from your body. So these are some good detoxing herbs for this full moon in Capricorn, but really, y'all, for any time, you always want to make sure that you are cleansing your body. It's so interesting how many people I would meet and they've never had a detox ever. And I get excited because that's one of my specialties. I get excited. I'm like, oh, you never had a detox? Oh, yes, strawberry and basil is good in the water too. You never had a detox? Let me brew you something up. What kind of detox you want? How detox you trying to get? If they trying to get big boy detox, I back out the center and make them a good brew. I do a blend of various detox herb with the foundation being center. But if they want something light, then I'll make the foundation the sage. Okay, and then that's when you can add your okra. You can also add your aloe vera. You can add various other things, including other herbs, including some of the herbs that I just listed as well, right? But
as soon as she said, it'd be like, ooh, that slimy texture. I never liked okra. I don't like jello or nothing that's like gelatinous. Even the word, like, what the Oh, that's something crazy to my senses. I'm not a jelly type of person.
I love helping people detox their body because you'd be surprised how much better you feel, how much cleaner you feel, but also on a spiritual level, how much easier it is to spiritually connect to yourself, but as well as to spiritual energies, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, and receive that guidance. You have to unclog that pineal gland, right? Detoxify and decalcify that pineal gland. That's super important. Make sure that you are massaging that pineal gland area, that third eye area, to open up that space, right? As y'all know, mint is always a good detoxifier. Let me go to my Cash App so I could shout out everybody who sent the love offering. I deeply appreciate y'all.
Shout out to the Queen Post. She always giving good wisdom, good energy, good vibes. Makes it very relatable, very digestible, very informative. Yeah, make sure y'all go tap in with the wellness community, with the Queen Post, and her some love offerings. I'm glad I got to tap in, and y'all know we about to lock in, tap into these journaling prompts. Look how much I got so much. Now I'm low key mad that none of the herbs on the list are the herbs that I went and picked up today. When I went to the store, I kind of just like follow my gut and follow my intuition on what herbs to go get. So those are the ones to got, and I know that they are, everything is working divinely. Not to say that I'm not going to go use them herbs and buy these herbs that never made sense. I'm going to use the herbs that I got in combination with the other herbs that I already got, increasing my collection, and we're going to use what we got to get what we want. Okay. In addition to that, we got the prompts, we got the crystals, we got the herbs. We in there. I'm excited. I'm excited for this full moon energy. And we are already in a shadow period because the peak's on the 29th. So we are already in the energy of releasing, reflecting. I did capture some of the sound bowls that I did at the park today, so I might put that in the Patreon. I gotta see like how the audio is. But yeah, with that, I'm sending you the best, the highest vibes. When you see this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you learned. Click the links. Whatever links you see them, click them, go check them out, share them, send them to somebody else. All the good stuff. All that good stuff. Do what you feel called to do. And don't forget to live and love. Peace.